Good morning. Oh, it's so nice to connect with you today, and it looks like the sun's shining through so nicely in here as well. I can see some rainbows, maybe, and some things. So, welcome. My name's Leanne Peters, and this is our Healing List event for patrons for June 2023. So, welcome, and thank you so much to all of my patrons for June. Um, so, I have 30 people on the healing list today, and I have your names here on this list, and we're going to do some creating today because the key words are cleanse and create. So I have a bit of a plan, and I'm going to play the wind gong, which I've got sitting up here at some point, and I might trace around it first before I do. But I don't know when I'm going to do that. I'm just going to really flow with it and let things create themselves in some ways as I flow with the energy as it moves. So I think the first thing we're going to do is smudging, and I'll pull some healing energy cards as we go and create as we go. I'm going to write everyone on the healing list on this paper behind me and create an artwork around that using markers or text as we call them here in Australia. So let's start with some smudging. So I've got my smudge stick and smudge bowl here, and let's start our time, if you're inspired to, by doing some cleansing, some purging, some clearing, surrendering the stuff that we've got going on in our life, the things that we're holding on to, the things that we're stressed out by perhaps or worried about. And let's use this time to clear those things away, to release and surrender and to let go. To release and surrender and to let go. Okay, I think we might be good here. So take a nice big breath as we ask this sacred smoke to wash over our bodies and carry away with it all negative energies, entities, cords, hooks, attacks and attachments, as we give ourselves permission to let go, to breathe out and let go. Think about, if it resonates with you, imagining this sacred smoke as it does wash over your body and clears your mind and clears your body of tension and clears your emotional body of pent up or bottled up emotion. As you surrender, acknowledge and surrender those energies now that are stopping you from being who you could fully be in your life. So you can work with your breathing too. If you're feeling particularly stressed out at this time, you can use your breathing to breathe out and let go. And as you breathe in that new air. As you breathe in the new and breathe out the old. So cycling through. This smoke is really nice here today. Nope. Oh, burning a hole in the carpet. Okay, I'm going to snuff out my stick and we'll get diving in to our healing event for today. So nice big breaths as we consider our keywords, cleanse and create. And you don't have to be an artist to line up with the create element either. Like, we're creating our life all the time through the decisions and choices we make and our attitude and our intentions as we're going through our day-to-day things. So we're creating our life more than we probably realise. And if you're creative inclined in any particular way, then you can also harness that creativity and that creative energy that does ripple into our life everywhere. Let's start with the healing energy card, or continue with the healing energy card, and then I'm going to start something on the board here. So let's look for the best card that the majority of us need as we move deeply into this time of healing. It feels very sacred to be here. So the best card the majority of us need is this card here. It's this here. Regeneration. It says upgrade, new, aftermath, recovery, repair, rebuild, the new rising from the rubble, life continues, growing again, a process, and look ahead. So there's a rejuvenation feeling in this card, a rebirth, a renewal, as new energy wants to come up into the old burned out parts of our life now, or the old expired and worn out parts. This new life wants to sprout and spring forth from the fertile ground. Fertile ground also represents creativity, so that in some ways that fertile ground is like the basis in some ways, or the foundation where we can summon or work with or build our creativity or create something in fertile ground. So fertility and creativity go hand in hand. And this certainly feels fertile. It feels like there's potential here. Fertility brings opportunities too. Potential for the new, potential for the true to come into our life. So that's our card. I'm going to keep that out. And I'm going to trace around this wind gong. And then I'm going to play it very briefly, and then I'm going to come back to it again later, because I want to play it as I take it off, and then I want to put it back on probably at the later on. So I'm going to be standing up, so excuse me, because I probably should have gone long ways with my camera, shouldn't I? Oh well, let's grab some bright green here and trace around the wind gong, or trace onto the wind gong is what I seem to be doing. And we'll go up here to these chords. Okay, so I've got that mapped out. I'm going to now play this for a moment or two, and then we will create. So enjoy. Feel the gong come in with the cleansing energy that you need, or the creative energy that you need, or maybe there's something else that you require. Back to the gong shortly. Now I would like to call upon everybody who's on the healing list. So hopefully you can see this okay. I definitely should have done my camera the other direction. So you can see up to about here and down to about here. Okay, so I don't want to go past the circle. Alright, I'm just grabbing a marker here. And I'm going to call upon you all. So first of all, let's harness our keywords. Cleanse. Can you see that? Cleanse and create. Cleanse and create. So I'm just going to add you where I feel I need to. So Carol White, adding you to the healing board here. Susan Sonsteng. Sonsteng. Sorry, Susan. Your surname is not usual for me, so I'm mucking up my spelling here, even though I've got your name down here on my paper. Kanti Devi, Wedad, Matthew Keith, and Chelsea Keith. So as I'm connecting with your names, just take some big deep breaths. Rebecca Ross, Suzie Nicholls, Priscilla Kimboko, and it sort of feels like as I say your name and then write it, it's like those moments of silence as I'm writing your name feels to be very powerful. So like as you see your name manifest here, allow yourself to see new things that you want to create in your life appear as well. That this is more than just me writing your name here on this board. Next is Bridget Mehrtens. Janice Chalmers. Joanna Levine. Kathleen Glen. Rayna Ortiz. Avril Daly. Pamela Florea. Nicole Wiggins. Angie Griswold. Kimberly Veness. Emily Fussell. Joanne Monroe. Angela Fraser. Teala Smith. Nicole E. Michele Burch. Anne-Marie Douglas. Allison. Jayne B. Sylvia Barley. Nicki M, and Jayne Corlett. Now before I create more on here, I'm going to play the wind gong. Playing the wind gong for you all. Just going to now, I think we'll come back to the gong again. Going to now create on this paper, and the first thing I want to do, let's just remind myself where we come to. I can't see. Where are we? I can't see. Okay, anyway, I'm going to create some rain, some water coming down. This is blue, light blue. In fact, I'm going to grab my pastels, which are just here, so excuse me a second. And I'm just grabbing some light blue pastel. This is liquid rain, drops of water coming down over you all to cleanse, clear and move energy that's been blocked up or holding you back, that you've been carrying emotionally, mentally, physically, things that you've been concerned about, and allowing this to wash away, to let go, letting go. Because cleansing is a release. It is a letting go. So feel these droplets of energy coming down over your body and carrying away all the stuff that you're holding on to that doesn't need to be there, that's not supporting you, your highest self and your highest truth. And let it go. So as that washes away, it brings something down here. Let's grab, what is that? Purple. Okay, purple ground, purple soil here, where all this liquid and rain and water that we've just cleansed away comes and settles down here beneath us on the earth, on the ground. And it becomes the fertilizer now, where we can sprout and spark and grow the new, growing up from fertile ground, creating strong roots as we grow up like Jack and the Beanstalk, growing up into new heights and new levels and new places, new experiences and new opportunities, growing and growing roots down, making sure our ideas and the things that we're creating and bringing forth are practical, growing. And I'll grab orange because I've got orange here, and we'll grow some orange branches, orange leaves. Orange is the colour for creativity and the colour of emotional energy as well, as we spark like fire, like flames. This creativity, this opportunity, this willingness within us to branch out and start saying yes more instead of no as much as we've been saying. To start, oh, I've got red here. Red's great to now embody this down into our physicality and physical life. So let's consider what we can say yes to, what we can bring forward that we've been running away from or avoiding, what we can freshen up and renew now, because maybe things have changed. Maybe we've been doing the same thing regularly for years, and it's time to expand and grow and bring some new things into form in our life, expanding our experience, expanding ourselves, and just grabbing some white now to further expand this spiral, expanding ourselves and our potential, expanding our environment to into new areas now. Maybe we've been just doing the same routine things day in, day out for years and years and years and years and years. Maybe it's time to spark things up a bit, to freshen things up, to bring something new forth that's aligned with our truth, our center, and who we know ourselves to be. Is there more that life calls you to be? Are you being all that you can be in your life? Let's bring some pink in for love and support now. As love and support comes in and holds us like that fertile ground, like the groundedness of the earth and the support of the people and the things that are consistently there. And some black. I think this is black. No, yes, no, yes, yes. Black as we move into the unknown now. Not afraid of what might be or what might exist within the mysteries and the chaos and the unknown. Blackness of potential, of unknown. Expanding ourselves now from that space of being cleansed and purging, clearing, and into this realm of the unknown now. The realm of creation is the unknown. It's where we make something or create something with our life or with something, a material, but with our life itself. That is the unknown. For us to harness creativity to the level that we're able and comfortable in doing that is us accessing and playing with the unknown. We're playing with the blackness. We're playing with the shadows. We're playing with the mysteries and the elements and the potential of the material that we might be using to create something out of nothing. That is alchemy, and that is exploring the unknown. That is exploring the mysteries and the chaos of the unknown blackness within our life and within ourselves. And it calls us. Can you feel it calling you? It calls us to tap into it and access this power and this potential that can coexist with the known. It can thread its way through like weaving a mat or weaving a tapestry, as it weaves its way through into our life with the known and with the order. The chaos weaves into the order, and the order weaves into the chaos, and the known weaves into the unknown, and the unknown weaves into the known, and the dark weaves into the light, and the light weaves into the dark, and the masculine weaves into the feminine, as the feminine weaves into the masculine. Spirit weaves into matter, as matter weaves into spirit. And it's like a web, it's like a tapestry of life that equally contains the unknown and the known, the dark and the light at the same time. The known and the unknown weaving through. So we create this web. We tap into this web of our life. What will we do in this web? Will we create more for ourselves and our life and life itself? Will we help more? Will we reach out more? Will we use our talents and gifts and skills in a more productive and empowering and beneficial way that can help out us and others? As we work our way into the center of ourselves, our heart. One of the greatest mysterious places within us, our heart, and our truth. The center of all things. I'm going to play the gong now, after I wipe my fingers. So I'm just going to play the gong to help anchor this energy. So take some nice big breaths. to these seeds that we've planted, covering them up, nurturing, caring for these seeds, for this web of life that we've tapped into today. Covering it now with a layer of soil, a layer of fertile ground to help support its manifestation at the right time and the right moment. Trusting in perfect timing as we let manifest and come to fruition our what are we letting come to fruition? Our potential, our ability to create, our ability to make, our ability to grow, to become, to see, to feel, to love, to be honest, to care, to improve, to live. It all exists inside, under this fertile ground are the seeds for our next phase, our renewal, our regeneration, as cleansing combines with creating. So thank you. Okay, I'm going to find my seat. Thanks so much for joining in today. Hello. I think I'm a bit close because I moved this closer than before. So let's just back out a wee bit. Thank you so much. I'm going to pull a card to go. So thanks for joining me for the healing event today. And thank you so much to everyone on the healing list. That's Carol and Susan and Kanti and Matthew and Chelsea and Rebecca and Suzie and Priscilla and Bridget and Janice and Joanna and Kathleen and Rayna and Avril and Pamela and Nicole Wiggins, Angie, Kimberly, Emily, Joanne, Angela, Teala, Nicole E, Michele, Anne-Marie, Allison, Jayne B, Sylvia, Nicki M and Jayne Corlett. Thank you so much for your support and being a part of our healing journey today. And I do trust that it's been helpful and supportive for you. So I'll be back again at the end of July for our next healing event. Although right now, this morning, oops, as I'm doing that, I'm rocking my bench here. But as of this morning, I'm going to be spending the weekend considering some reviving of some of the resources on my Patreon. So at this stage, I should be back with the next healing list event at the end of July, unless I decide to vamp things up a bit and shift things up and shift that particular resource, which I'm not sure. I just want to be open to shifting everything so that I can make sure things are aligned where they need to be as we move forward. We've had the same healing support resources on Patreon for 5 or 6 years now. So I think it's time to at least reflect and consider and contemplate and change things that need to be changed, or regenerate, revive things that need to be revived, so we can bring a fresh energy into the Patreon. So I should be back the end of next month, but at this stage I want to stay open to that. So keep an eye on my Patreon. You can see the link below if you want to keep an eye on that for the ideas I have to shift resources up. Yeah, if you've liked this video, please interact, and I'm going to grab a card to go. So the best card that we need now as we move forward from here, as we really consider what needs to be activated or nurtured, as we lay fertile ground over our dreams and ideas and the seeds for the next step and the next new beginning. The best card for moving forward and considering is this card here. It's this. What is this? Release the guilt, card 100. It's in the depth category, and it says make a wrong right, drop your burdens, let the hurt go. Correct a mistake that you've made, apologize, take responsibility, own it to move forward. So this is really taking responsibility of where we are in our life and how things may be affecting us and what role we might be playing in keeping troublesome, difficult, challenging situations, frustrating situations in play. Do we need to shuffle things up and move things a little bit? Do we need to release the guilt that we feel or correct a mistake that we've made that we are struggling to live with, if that's something that we've done? Basically, this is about dropping the weight that we carry, which is aligning with that cleansing energy, so that we can lift up and fly free, or flow freer now moving forward. So there's a freedom in the creativity aspect of this card, and there is a release as we drop the stuff that's holding us back. So release the guilt, take responsibility. Thank you so much for joining me today. I do trust you've enjoyed this connection. Thank you so much for your time and your support, and I look forward to connecting with you again soon. Take care of yourself. Namaste.